Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Tier 4 Prospects eRacing League. Round 11. Yes, that is the penultimate round here at Brazil. As you can see the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the championship standings there. It is a very, very close top four still. Vintage kind of out of the running now, I think, unless he has a really good race tonight. But I'm Zippo, and joining me tonight is Chappers. Good evening, Chappers. Good evening, Chappers.
Good evening, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Very, very well.
I didn't realise I had muted Discord but not unmuted, but I'd unmuted the stream. Anyway, never mind. But yes, here we go. So, we are very much live here in Brazil. Tier 4 for the penultimate round. And
yeah,
I am not happy with the positioning of this table because of the map. Oh dearie me.
Yeah, I couldn't really do the intro, so I didn't know what was kind of going on.
Yeah, you're alright, no worries.
We are here, gents. We are here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the best it can go this
round
week,
11, penultimate round of the season. So.
Yeah, it's awful, massive, great big track map there. So yeah, that's how it's got to be at the moment, guys. But
yeah.
I like your little first thing that you've got next to your name there, Chappers.
Yeah, it's very good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's rather nice, isn't it?
It's lovely. It's brilliant.
So what does that mean, that you were one of the first to subscribe?
Yeah, I think I was actually the first, but like the day it came out that we got it,
So does that mean that one of the first of Prime subs? Because I subbed with Prime today.
I think it's the first 10 people that subbed the first one.
Oh well, there we go. I am included in that top 10 that subscribed because I hit the Prime sub this afternoon, and I am now subscribed to Prospects as well. So why not?
Gotta support Prospects.
Yes,
as
exactly.
We are here for the penultimate round of the season, the last race of the week, and the first driver around on track is actually the Power of Kai Motors. Yeah, Kai's round. He is the first driver. He'll be setting a lap here at the Interlagos track in Brazil as Kai now comes into turn, breaking down to second gear, putting the power on. And turn 2 very easy to validate turn 3. And then the back straights now, the first DRS section track, or the middle twistier section of this Interlagos circuit, breaking down to fourth gear, where the corner where Max pushed it was wide, not like any code on that. Coming through into the middle section there, bringing down a couple of gears, long super line for braking hard, into second gear. There's another right hand there, and flip round to the left. Before we go uphill, a couple of gears up very quickly there, short shifting up. Making hard once more down to the second gear again. Bring the car down, and then it's long sweep on the left and for the uphill penultimate corner. And the once more, bring the car down up this hill, getting as much track as possible before we hit the DRS section, and now comes right here. DRS deployed around the break now, and as tight line as possible, because of 108.1.
So yeah, that's actually that was his fastest in the academy. I know we actually hit a 107.9 for the academy pole position. So just a little bit off there, only 0.2 off there. Tilmo has rejoined the session. But yeah, good evening everybody, welcome in. Craigie, how you doing? Team Out's in as well, obviously myself commenting in there, you good comment in there as well, Chappers. But yeah, welcome in guys. Welcome in.
Welcome all of you here today for the last round of this week. As we said a couple of times, the penultimate round of the season. The season's come by pretty quickly.
Yeah, it has, yeah, it's almost it's actually almost my first full season complete with you guys, in amongst various different tiers throughout my time here so far. But yeah, it's been really enjoyable. It has been good. I've met some really good people, and I've seen some brilliant racing, and some not so brilliant racing. But I've seen majority some brilliant racing. Yeah, and quite nice to actually be with Tier 4 from start to finish. It's been really nice. But yeah, it's been a really good championship, and comes down to the final 4 drivers. Kai there, as you can see on the top there, 147 points, with Carnage in second, 136 points, and then you've got Baguette with 125 and Vintage with 114. So obviously we saw last week Kai take the victory. Vintage have a pretty poor race. Carnage, I don't believe he scored many points, but Baguette did, and she did close that gap up a little bit to Carnage, but Kai taking the victory, and I believe the fastest lap last week. Just extended his lead at the top of the table there.
Good, and he was already 0.6 quicker than anybody else in the circuit, and I believe the pole times for the rest of the week, I think it was a 1:07.5, I believe, in Tier 1, but we only got like 1 lap before it started raining. So that would have probably gone down to maybe 1:07.2.
Yeah.
1:07.8, which I was just like, that day.
Yeah, it was Equazer that done a 1:07.8 in the academy earlier, so he is a Tier 1 driver. So, I mean, the fact that Kai is only just behind that is...
I did a 1:07.9 Tier 3 yesterday was a 1:08.8. So, Kai was in that, but I think he was second. I don't think he got poles. I'm not too sure whether Kai got pole. I think he might have been second. But I'm unsure.
Yeah,
so those will be
sure
qualifying times for the week. Those will be qualifying times for the week.
But yeah, I mean, Carnage in second place there, 6/10 behind Kai. Drivers that we're expecting to see potentially challenging Kai's time probably would be Carnage. Just trying to think who else is normally up there. Baguette can always put the car in a top 5, give or take.
Yes.
Craigie, I can't remember if Craigie is he normally top 5?
He's only just come back.
Yeah.
It's all a podium.
But let's have a look. He's just about to start his lap now. It is actually Kai's teammate for the evening. So let's see.
Yeah, I think he is in that seat now. Not too sure.
Has he come back full time now?
Oh, I don't know. I think I did see his name next on McLaren. I don't know anything.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Oh, just coming this up into his Q4. He's actually just about to start his next lap, I think. This is a fast lap now. Just Komi-san, a 1:09.228 currently on the board, going through turn 1 and turn 2, taking it very deep going into turn 1 there. Keep it nice through turn 3 though.
See what he can do in the first sector. 1-2 over. But maybe he can go it back in this middle sector. Quite easy to validate through here as you see him sort of shut down a couple of times and it's just this exit curve here on the outside. If you run a little bit too wide on that, you will validate it on there as well. If you run too much on that curve, you will cut the corner a little bit and validate that time. But see what Komi-san is in this sector. We've got a couple of cars.
I'll tell you what, Craigie's just completely been blocked there by, is that Carnage? That was Carnage, yeah. Carnage is just completely, and it's just put Komi-san off as well, and he's just been validated. I can't imagine these guys are going to be very happy with Carnage.
No, that's not something we want to see as Carnage is starting a flying lap. But, yeah, I'm not really too impressed with him.
He caused a few issues in the academy race this afternoon as well, on lap 1.
Okay.
He hit, I think it was, who won that race? Can't remember. No sound. It's definitely your end, Artistic.
Me here, no.
You said that last week as well. It's definitely your end.
I can hear it. There is sound.
I can't remember who it was now. Maundy won the race. So yeah, what happened was Carnage took out Maundy and then about 6 cars behind him on the first lap. Bear in mind we only had 10 drivers.
Oh my god. So he'll be looking to not to gain this race.
Yeah, and then we had Mason that gave Equator a 5-place grid penalty for literally just sitting in the middle of the track. It wasn't brilliant. It wasn't brilliant earlier, but yeah, I mean, yeah, artistic is definitely your end, mate. It's definitely on the device that you're using. So a 108.4 for Carnage. So he has dropped it down. It's 3/10 difference now, but he's up on his time again on this run. So I don't know if he's going to continue on with this lap. He is running out of his ERS though. He's only got 5%, 3% now left of his ERS.
Yeah, it's not really worth it now because he's probably someone coming up on the straight.
We've got a is that an Alpine? Yeah, that's an Alpine, possibly of just Komisan going very wide through sector 2, just allowing Spoof X to come through. So yeah, 7.5 minutes.
So one to watch hopefully like is Enzo plays.
Yes.
Which I think Enzo actually can put a lap together really well. So as I keep an eye on Enzo because I think he could potentially get into that top 30. Carnage is coming in the bits. Yeah, she's coming in the bits.
Yeah, he has just boxed, so he's decided that's enough at the moment.
So there's not too much actually going on. There's not 4 people still not set alive. Tomo Vintage and Tesla can go get. So 2 of your championship contenders. Someone that's set out at that time or have gone out of the picture. Which is interesting. And Vintage did reserve yesterday. As well as Forget into 3 and I think get the time in the pits and Vintage had a bit of a nightmare I think. Hopefully they'll have a bit more luck today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of, in my opinion, I think it's, I do think it's very, very much championship over. If I'm perfectly honest with you.
I just need to keep it on the track really. If the pace he's got, he just needs to, he can pretty much win today. And then he could just follow Carnage. He could just follow Carnage like he basically if he wins today.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Let's have a little look and see what is he clear at the moment. So he's 11 points clear. So he's 11 points clear at the moment. You lose 5 points for first and second. There's 50 points available. Plus, do you get a point for pole?
Yes.
Okay, so there's 52 points available. No, 54 points available. So yeah, I mean, a win for Kai today and Carnage to be anything. Well, if Kai wins today, the rest. I mean, there's 11 points splitting him and Carnage and him and Bagat. There's 11 points splitting each driver.
That's actually crazy. That really is.
Kai is 11 points ahead of Carnage, who is 11 points ahead of Baguette, who is 11 points ahead of Vintage.
So Vintage really needs to beat all 3 of them.
Yeah, Vintage has got.
Championship.
I mean, Vintage needs to win, really.
Yeah, he does. Vintage needs to win this race though, because he is what 33 points behind Kai.
Yeah, he needs to win, really.
He needs to win.
Well, he needs to beat Kai, I think. As long as he beats Kai, it's still very much championship on for everybody.
Yeah.
The more points Kai drops, the better. So 3.5 minutes of qualifying left, and we're still waiting for Vintage, Artistic, and Forget to set times. Give me a second, guys. I just gotta sort them out. Back in a second.
Yeah, that's fine. So you have to me for a little bit first. So try and see if it is on board with it, see how to go do some business things. But the bet is actually going on right now. The Aston Martin who is third in the standings, 22 points behind the World Championship leader. Trish coming into the penultimate corner now with a purple middle sector. So it's a very good middle sector there for Baguette. But let's see what she can do now. Coming down this front straight, DRS deployed. She's come across the line to set A1091. So a little bit of time lost to P6 and near enough close to her championship rivals. One of them is in 16th, the only person not set lap. So I believe Vintage is out on a 2 years, so it's going to be the end of the set now. So I'm going to say that Vintage P4 in the championship is about to hit that DRS at the end of his lap. He hasn't used any battery, which is really strange. He's only P13, but without using battery, that's a pretty good lap. So I think he may be going for a push lap as we speak. So it will be interesting to see what he can do. He is using the battery now, so he's probably on very low fuel. He's 0.4 underneath his time already, so if he keeps us on the track, it looks like it's going to be a very good lap here for the AlphaTauri driver. He is now coming to the middle sector of this circuit, and a little bit like that, but keeping it nice and steady. We can now change it down a couple of gears to gear 2. It's all right, but before we up on the left. He's going to take another hash driver as lets him through. So again, breaking down to gear 2 for the time. For the long swooping left hand for the penultimate corner. If we have a hill, just put it there. 0.6 under now Vintage, which will put him just ahead of Forget. So this could be quite a good result here for Vintage if he can get this lap together. He is going to come across the line. Keeping it within track limits, so taking the time to run past one against P5. So just ahead of his team as well as Vintage. So that is probably Vintage's qualifying done. He has got time for one more lap, but that battery is pretty dead. So we may not see Vintage in the lap. And that was his second lap on those tyres. They're going to be screaming tyres on him. So we will be hoping to get a good result here. There is on board Artistic. So Artistic getting rid of it, they're going to get screen time. Whilst Zippo needs to do what he is doing, I will keep you guys updated on what is going on out on the track as we have a spinner. It's one of the red balls that I believe it was Mason. I'm unsure, but it might be some lots of fun. This will know how to be tired. Quite see his first sector, so I'm going to see what the second sector is saying. He is still valid. It's still only valid lap. I don't think anyone's going to get close to the lap run he's done, because 0.3 feels quite a lot. So, yellow flags in the car, I think is one of the Ferraris. It's a spoof front thing. But someone should find to the wall, I mean, what? Nice and artistic. I'm coming across the line. He was set in 108 He did improve just. Did just improve, and I think anyone's going to get closer. MZ's off as well. I'm very much saying he gets a lot of spins. I hope there's not a lot of spins. I hope we get to see some good racing in early any DNFs, but We'll see what happens, Villeneuve. Just keep your head down, and I'm sure you'll have a very good result. Yep, that is qualifying done.
Right, I'm here, but I've got a Lando with me, so.
Yes, indeed. That is your qualifying done. That's Brazil. And so the last driver.
Sakai did take pole.
He improved just at the end. So he has improved. He has indeed. Would you like me to do the qualifying results again and you do the race?
Yeah, that's fine.
Problem at all. The themes we've had this season. 8 of you in here, so thank you to you guys are listening in. Hope you're all okay. I do hope you enjoyed that qualifying session. I'm sure all these tier 4 guys are going to have a great race in store for you guys. We can see the sequences before we head to your grid. Your standings for the qualifying, as you said, it is the McLaren driver car, your championship leader, on par with P2 in the championship, in P2 Olympic, Carnage Achilles in second place with 60, and Craigie on the road to N7 just coincide. 5th and 6th with the two Brits, Vintage going to get 3rd and 4th, 4th and 3rd in the championship, 7th and 8th, with Teak Silver and Mason in 9th and 10th, with Mark 7 got 11th, 2 thirds in 12th with Gilworth, the Canadian 13th, for the Brit, one of the many Brits in this tier. Got late at 14th, Spilmer in 15th, and Artistic rounding off the grids. Both the Alpha Romans and both the Williams in 14th, Alpha Romans and 15th, 16th for the Williams. So not a good day at the office for those two teams.
No, definitely not.
Error is asking why is Kai in tier 4. We're questioning the same thing.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's gonna be changed up next season. That's all we know.
Yeah. Kai should not be here next season in tier 4. He's incredibly quick. I think he's a little too quick for tier 4.
Yeah, definitely.
Some tracks he's been nearly a second quicker than the next driver on the grid, which is crazy. But the times are quite close, and so he, 0.4, still quite a lot here. So
I mean, he wins the races by stupid amounts as well, though. That's the thing. I think he won the race by like 26 seconds last week.
Yeah, he did. And so the guys are just now starting their formation. It's a very, very short lap here, as we've seen 1 minute 8, 1 minute 7 for qualifying.
Only Zippy and Villeneuve on the hards, everybody else have got mediums.
That's quite big. I did start on the mediums, and I do feel that they are the best starting type for me personally. I'll tell you, yeah, harsh driving P3, starting in hards. So see if we can get away cleanly. It's clear, a very good race for Zippy, but those hards will come into play around about lap 11, 12, I would say.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult first few laps for him, though, for definitely getting them tyres up to a racing standard, of course.
Yeah, you get them to about lap 16 here, lap 16 to 18, in my opinion. This all depends on how you are in time weather. Yeah, Kai taking this quite steady, keeping the pack together.
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent formation lap, to be honest.
Yeah, I have a really good formation lap, really. It's coming to the penultimate corner, so feeling the Carnage. I've pulled a bit on them, the Zippy's slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, he's disappeared a little bit now, actually.
Yep, he has indeed. Up to the start, finish straight on. Brazil's brought some pretty good races this week. I'm sure that this is going to be a great race to round off this week's racing.
Yeah, definitely. I would think so.
Yep. So this one I'm not going to go now. I believe Kai is now on his grid slot. He is all set up, and Artistic is just about to line up on his one as well. So nicely formed up, and we're going to get going. Let's see what these guys have in store for us.
Absolutely,
One light,
so we
two,
do, yeah.
3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights are on, and they are
it's lights out, and away we go then, guys. So
we are away.
I tell you what, Craigie got an incredible start.
Yeah,
that's a great start. It's a great start.
I think we're all away cleanly.
Yeah, I've just jumped on board with Artistic right at the back. We've had a Villeneuve spin, so Villeneuve's round. And he did say, I predict lots of spins.
Zippy's out.
Zippy's out. Safety car.
Oh my god. So maybe it wasn't a clean getaway. I'm just going to try and see.
Oh, Mason.
On stream.
Where is he? How's he done that? That's interesting because he was facing the wrong way on the pit exit.
Why did Zippy crash?
Where he was facing the wrong way on the pit exit.
He must have had someone clip his rear or something.
Definitely, yeah. Well, he left the session very quickly. I'm hoping he's going to come into the stream and let us know exactly what happened. We've had Mason get a 5-second penalty for hitting Mark 7 God. He comes into the chat and says he broke way too late. So yeah, that normally does it. Does he have damage?
Mason cheating his teammate, and so there might be a bit of a flying in that red there.
Craigie's left the session.
That's not good.
I'll tell you what, we'll get him in. I think I should be able to get him in. Yep.
His AI has not boxed.
Okay. So yeah, guys, don't forget it is Thursday. So what do people have for dinner?
I have pizza and garlic bread.
Pizza and garlic bread today.
It was actually a takeaway.
I had chicken and rice.
Nice. I do like that actually. It wasn't a takeaway for you these days.
Yeah, for once it wasn't a takeaway on a Thursday night. Craig is back in the session now.
He's back. Yeah, I get my from this place. They do it's like a local takeaway to me. They do like really huge pizzas. So
yeah, nice.
Like their smallest is like a large Domino's pretty much.
Nice. Jesus.
Like just below that.
I had Domino's for lunch yesterday.
Nice.
Which was weird.
And they do it
for dinner the night before. I had a cook at home Chicago town, Hawaii, and I didn't think about it when we ordered Domino's for lunch. I was like, oh my god, I had pizza for dinner last night as well.
Oh, why not? Let's get into the winter months now. It's not.
Well, we've actually been doing a lot of home cooking. I've actually done what was it? Last week I think I did a homemade cook from fresh, like scratch, tikka masala. With all like the paste and the ghee and everything, and the week before that I did a butter chicken curry as well, so all from scratch, which was very nice as well.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, the butter chicken was better than the masala, in my opinion. But we made a chicken and bacon pasta bake this week as well from scratch.
I like pasta bake.
Yeah, I didn't eat that. I'm not a pasta fan, so I didn't eat that. The missus and the kids ate that.
You like pasta? Pasta's like one of my favourite foods. I love pasta. Although we have them on the safety bar now for.
Yeah, it should be in this lap. It should be in this lap.
They're all together, so you would expect it to come in this lap. Villeneuve and Mason both boxing for the hards because those who do get spun or had wing damage from that contact. So I'm unsure what has happened with Zippy. I will have a look, see if we can get some information anywhere.
Yeah, he's not come into the chat. I thought he would have come in the chat. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to be on the board with Kai, but give me a second.
you see what the situation is. We are going to be getting underway as it is a safety car in this lap, so we are just waiting for Kai to give us the go ahead, and we will get going for this free. Hopefully for this time. So here we go, safety car in this lap, and we are away. Kai gets an incredibly good start there, but we bring this team along with the Carnage. Here they come. Oh my good lord. Carnage is just totally wiped out Craigie. So that we can start falling at Carnage goes alongside him.
No comment. Absolutely no comment. And this is I'm not. I just don't want to say it. I'm not going to say anything. It's not my opinion. It's not my place to. But
yeah,
politely, I think this is why people avoid Carnage on track. It's just so unpredictable on the moves that he's going to make.
Someone's gone. Is that Robbie Butler? Yes, Robbie Butler's round. Car's okay though. But,
and that has just
and I will
taken. I mean, I didn't actually. I saw it, but didn't see it on board.
I'll send it to you, Rob.
But that's just—it's just ridiculous. Like it's a restart. It's so early on the race. You don't need to be making silly moves like that early, and that's just allowed Kai to just disappear off into the distance. Blobby's had another spin, a huge spin actually, and he's already almost an entire lap down. He's already. Carnage Achilles team orders at its finest. I mean, I don't know. It was his fault. We'll see.
I was on board with it.
What's your commentator's view on it?
I'm just rewatching it right now.
It's Spoofx on the back of Mark 7 got at the moment. To get up into 8th place. I'm not sure where she qualified, to be honest, but up into 8th.
It's not right for us to comment. We're not stewards. So personally, Tuesday.
No, but we can have an impartial view on it, like Bundle and that does.
It seemed like the gap wasn't there. Maybe was off the racing line. And I was defending. Then I thought the move, you tried to go for the move, and it didn't quite work out. That's what I do.
Yeah, and Craigie in the chat as well saying you were never going to be making that. So, would you say the Ferrari or the McLaren potentially could be at fault? The Ferrari.
What I do.
Spoofx down the inside though of Mark 7 God, and that is him up into 6th place. Yeah, I mean we're not stewards. We're allowed an impartial view on things, and But yeah, guys, just let the stewards decide. There's no point talking about it in the chat. It's not really a place to talk about incidents on stream. You know what to do in the server. We don't want to have to time people out either. But yeah, but get into 8th. I'm not sure on the qualifying positions. Baguette was 8th. So the biggest winners at the moment are Spoofx and Tilmo both up 6. Kai hasn't moved, obviously, and then we've got the biggest losers, obviously Zippy and Achilles, and then Craigie down 10 places and the other two down 13 each. So yeah, championship probably is over. If I'm honest, unless Baguette gets up into a podium place. Vintage is there at the moment, but Vintage needs to outscore Kai. Baguette already outscoring Carnage by 4 points at the moment. Oh, we've got a spinner. It's Mark 7 God, and that is Baguette up into 7th place actually. So that's a free place. That is a free position, and yeah, let's have a little look at this. Let's have a little watch. Obviously, we won't be watching it on stream, but we can have a watch anyway. Oh.
It's a weird one.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting actually. I'm not going to comment, but it's very interesting. But Komi-san up into third place and chasing down MZ in second at the moment, 3-4 tenths behind, and we've worked out what's wrong with the little one anyway tonight. We know what's wrong with him. Well, I think we know what's wrong. I know what's wrong with him, but I believe he's got a bit. I think he's got a little bit of constipation, bless him.
Oh.
And I don't know whether anyone in the chat will know what constipation feels like. It's horrible.
It's not nice.
Like when you need when you have those cramps. So for a 6-week-old baby, I can imagine it is going to be quite a pain for him. But, he's currently trumping away on my hand. So yeah.
Oh, lovely. Nice.
So yeah. Got little fireworks popping off in his nappy at the moment.
Okay. I'm sure that there would have been some crazy nappy when that contact.
I would have said there was smoke coming out of the top of his helmet, and I think that's Blobby Butler around again. Yeah, it is. It's Blobby Butler, sector 2. He's having an absolute nightmare. I tell you what though, just Komi-san was very, very close to the back of MZ Plays just then, and it looked like MZ was off track, then teleported back in front of him. So I'm hoping it's not going to interfere too much. But Blobby Butler is about to be lapped.
He's spun about 20 times in 2 corners.
Yeah, those tyres are pretty cooked, I would think.
Always let come again. Always let come.
But we're watching on board at the moment with Just Komi-san. He has dropped back quite a bit. We've got a yellow. Oh! Is that Artistic? Yeah, Artistic's round. Artistic's had a pretty big spin. Artistic had a lot of spins in the academy race as well. It wasn't a very nice race for him either. Unfortunately for Artistic, he was lapped by the entire grid. So that's very unfortunate for Artistic in the race earlier. Blobby Butler just getting out of everybody's way and potentially into the pits. Yeah, he's into the pits. He's possibly to retire, I'm not sure. But again, in 7th place, very close to Spook. We've got Blobby Butler has just retired from the sessions as Baguette down the inside of Spook. Spook off track there. And then comes back on and wheel to wheel with Baguette. Now this is the famous corner. There's a famous corner. Go on.
Is there a safety car?
No.
There was yellow flags in on the sector there, which was really strange.
Yeah, because it's sector 1 was for Blobby Butler and 2 and 3 was for Artistic, and that is for Just Komi-san.
Yeah.
But yeah, where was we? Oh, Artistic's out of the session. That's going to be a safety car.
He's binned it.
He's binned it on the pit straight. What a place to drop it. What a place to drop it. Oh,
what's he doing there? How he's done that.
Somebody's crashing. Do baffle me, I tell you. But yeah,
I have to see what happened.
Where are we? Turn 4, 5, 6 and 7. So where Kai is on track now. It's a very famous corner, isn't it, here? Because it's one of the very few corners Lewis Hamilton has put his car in a wall. So let's be honest.
Something's gone on there. Maybe a slide, I don't know. Look on Autistic Stream if I can find it. She's gone bad to worse for Autistic in that one. Yeah, he is still alive, so I will have a look. See what's happened here.
Just don't put the sound on so we can hear it, because you'll probably hear him absolutely kicking the crap out of everything.
I'm gonna wait and see. The tyres were overheated. Comes round the front straight. He crashed coming into the pits.
Oh,
No.
I'll be honest though. I will be honest. The Brazil pit lane seems very glitchy again this year. Mason's saying that he loves the hard. He loves the hard that much, in fact, that he is coming down the pit straight, and he may actually come out in provisional P1. I don't know if he's going to though. No, he's not going to. He's not going to get out ahead of Kai. He may just get out ahead of MZ. Yes, he does just come out ahead of MZ. I just need to check that I've not got like a hole in my leg, because that was a big amount of fireworks on my leg just then.
Oh. Oh, we aren't sure. But that makes us.
It could be worse. He could have followed through, but he didn't. It's okay.
I always put in the comments, Chappers.
Chappers to T1, yeah. But I reckon that's racing. It's definitely racing. Because I definitely think, well, from what I've seen, I don't think it's unrealistic for Tier 1.
I mean, I'm P3 in Tier 2. Pretty much in the bag. I just need to follow a couple of the drivers behind me and I'll still get it. So, yeah. Maybe next season. Who knows? But I will miss a couple of races next season as I am away on holiday for a couple of weeks in November. So I'll miss like the start of the season, I think.
Well, there is talks of a bit of a tier shuffle up, isn't there? We found out last week that there's going to be massive shuffles in the tiers. So I'm not sure what's happening. I haven't been told fully, but yeah, there's a big shuffle up in amongst the tiers that we have currently.
Just in the process of messaging Craigie about the crash. That's it was an interesting one at the start of the race for sure. It's been a very chaotic one. But yeah, I mean, if there was a reshuffle, because we have had low attendance for prospects for a few rounds now, with a lot of people reserving.
Yeah, I mean, Tier 1 alone had 18 this weekend. 9 of those were Tier 2 drivers. So exactly half the grid were Tier 2 drivers. So I just wonder, could Tier 1 and Tier 2 possibly merge together? Then you have Tier 3 then becomes a Tier 2. Tier 4 becomes Tier 3. And then do you look at the other drivers that you've got and see whether you can make a 4th tier again, or do you just run 3 tiers?
It's a difficult one. What I think you could do is, if say for instance there's only like 10 or 11 Tier 1 drivers that are here constantly, what you could maybe
combine
do
them
is
with the top 10 in Tier 2.
Tier 2, and then move them up. So in the top 10 from Tier 3, move them up. Top 10 from Tier 4, move them up. And then have like the academy is like Tier 4 or such, like it was last season.
Oh, Kai is so the bunny again. He's actually very good at safety car restarts.
He is.
As Tita Silva and Vintage changing positions, but that is Vintage down the inside. Tita Silva's going to have the outside line, but then Vintage has the inside line once again. Oh, he has to move it away, which allows Spoof through. And Baguette's up into P4. Baguette's now outscoring Vintage again.
Yes.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Vintage and Spoof having a real good fight here. Spoof on the softs.
And Page currently in P4, that means she will overtake Conch Keys. But this would mean that Kai will become the champion. The race ended like this. It's Page would still be losing 12 points to Kai, 13 points to Kai.
Baguette needs a podium.
She needs to beat him. He's already 22 points.
Oh, of course, yeah, not gonna
behind him. She basically needs to beat Kai.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Kai just needs to bring this on.
Unless he has an incident, and he's only 2 seconds clear. He's pulled 2 seconds in 1 lap, but Mason's on old tyres, so that's to be expected. As MZ's about to make a little look down inside into turn 1, much later on the brakes, and MZ ran into the wall. But gets in the podium.
Yeah.
And likely to be P2, possibly end of this lap. Mason's going to go very defensive, and then moves back over in the braking zone.
What page is 23 points? 22 points behind Kai.
Plus the pole position. Plus the pole position that Kai got this evening.
Even if she was P2, he'd still win.
Yeah. Did you see on stream that move, the defensive then?
I didn't. No.
Mason moved over in the braking zone and almost stopped in the corner from 3 into 4.
Questionable.
Yeah, it was like some evasive moving that happened there. Whether it was braking or not, but there was definitely a move in the braking zone. And forget go for it once again. DRS is now enabled. Spoof X on Vintage once again. Going forward down the inside goes Spoof. Vintage moves out of the way, and that is definitely Spoof up now. But there is going to be DRS, but everyone's going to have DRS. There's a real train starting to form as well. MZ 5 second speed and a pit lane penalty. That's probably going to be a pit and quit there for MZ.
I think it'll be a case of getting Mason on this next on the home straight, because Mason's is only on 3% battery, whereas Paige is on 40% now. So we just need to save this through the middle sector. We're going to go middle sector, and then she'll be right on the back. Oh, she just been hit by Spoof.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw the spin. Or the half spin.
Those Ferraris are causing a bit of chaos on the track.
Yeah, I mean, Spoof's dropped right back now. I'm going to have DRS once again, but Vintage must have hit the back of Spoof as well then, because he's dropped right off. But we get much further back after that half spin then. Not going to be a move into turn 1. Just needs to be patient here. Maybe go for the move into 4. Komi-san gets past Vintage and Komi-san into fifth, and that is putting quite a bit of space between Baguette and Vintage now. There we go. Yeah, much. Baguette round the outside and DRS assisted and up into second place, but goes deep into turn 4, which allows Mason to come back at her now. And they are going wheel to wheel through 6 and 7, but Baguette does just stay ahead.
Just got footage of the artistic crash. It's certainly an interesting one. I don't know how it happened.
I'm not going to watch it now. I'll watch it after stream.
It's probably best.
Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, I love you, artistic. Really do. I don't know how that happened. It's one of those ones where you send it into the deadline. It's been missed and breaking point. That's mad. That's it. Spoof. Around the outside of Mason. Very close racing, but the Ferrari driver is officially through into P3 on the podium spot. Chasing down the Aston Martin driver of Baguette, who is going to try and close down Kai, but Kai is 8 seconds ahead of everyone else. So Kai has only got the pace to pull away from the rest of this field. Yeah, I mean, and he has proved that from the previous races as well.
8 seconds gap already. But once he's in clear air, that's it, isn't it?
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. May as well just
I kind of feel like it's just, I don't know, if you take Kai out of the equation, Tier 4 is very good. I get the whole. There was no point removing him with a few laps to go, races to go. I understand that, but
yeah, because he'd want to stay in the championship.
Well, yeah, but I just feel like it's been a bit unfair to the rest of the drivers.
Right, it has.
I mean, let's be honest. Carnage would have been leading. Yes, he had an incident tonight, which then would have handed Aston Martin, or would have handed Piquet championship lead going into the final race with a 7-point gap. Makes the final race a very interesting race, as opposed to we're going in and there's nothing to fight for. But yeah, I mean, Vintage in 6th place, 4 cars between himself and Baguette. Tito Silva gets a 3-second time limit, but he's done in 9th place anyway. I just feel like the safety car spiced it up for a lap. And now
it did.
I mean, it gets dropped 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths. I mean, tyres only extending, it's just constantly going up.
I was like, you lose those batteries, still at 75%. It's one of those, you know. It might have to be a case of, like it was last week, we just talk about the real life F1.
I mean, there's still plenty going on at the moment. I mean,
there's still plenty going on.
The fight for the final podium position is very, very much alive at the moment. We've got Spoof, Mason, Kobe-san, Vintage, all fighting it out for the final podium position. There's 16 laps to go, don't forget, as well. So there's still a very long way to go in this race.
Yeah, there's still quite a long way to go.
I'm stupidly moved over. I mean, Mason's gone horribly wrong. Oh, that's my opinion. So you've got Spoof and Tilmo into the pits. Mason 3-second time penalty, as we saw on stream there. Went very, very over the curbs there through the curbs of the second part of the second level. Mark 7 got 3-second time penalty as well. Didn't see that one. Vintage all over the back of Kobe-san at the moment now. Villeneuve needs to box again. These hards, I believe, go to the end, right?
Yeah.
Do the hards go to the end?
They could do easily 20 laps. Easily 20 laps. Quite happy.
Well, I mean, they're asking 26.
They asked 26.
I mean, a safety car, well, another safety car would be rather tasty. Tilmo just out of pits on fresh hards, losing it at turn 5.
Oh, when I did a race run on Tuesday, I did 20 laps on the hards, and they were like 50%, like 40%, 50%. Like that, and they still felt fine, even at that. Like I could still push on them. So those hards can definitely.
Yeah, Mason's just done 20 laps of his. He's gone back onto his first stint of medium, so he'll go to the end. 14 laps on the mediums, they should go to the end. Just Komi-san gets overtaken by Vintage. Actually, down the DRS straight. Very heavy.
That is your first, third and fourth positions in the championship on the podium. Look at as it stands.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? First, third and fourth, yeah.
So Vintage won't jump Carnage, but Baguette will. This Vintage, it will place him in 2-5.
Oh, Mercedes. Tito Silva had a moment. just Sands closing on the vintage at the moment.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds, mate. I will be back. I need to go and have a quick drink. I have been talking all this time without having to stop for a drink, so I'll be 30 seconds. That would be really simple.
Yep. So obviously that's just Kobe-san going off the track very, very wide there. Mason gets passed by MZ down the DRS straight into turn 1, but that's obviously 7-lap-old soft tyre. These mediums should be fast. You can see the grip difference as he goes through turn 3, down DRS straight into turn 4. Mason ahead of MZ once again and back up into 9th place. Further up we've got Just Komi-san still closing in on the vintage, with Villeneuve slowly joining the party here. But we've also got Spoof closing in on Mark 7 God, who is on 12-lap-old cars, opposed to Spoof's 2-lap-old cars. So you can see the grip advantage and the tyre advantage here on the traction zones as they're exiting the corners. Putting the traction down, the 2-lap-old tyres are much more advanced than the driver ahead, as Villeneuve had a little look down the inside into turn 1 on Just Komi-san. Door was closing, but Villeneuve using all of the exit there to get a much better exit, and Villeneuve up into P4 using that DRS, getting past Just Komi-san, who now back down into P5, but he gets a better exit out of 5. Spoof gets a 3-second penalty, and you can see Just Komi-san got a much better drive and was almost pushing Villeneuve through 6 into 7, breaking into turn 8 now. Sorry?
Peter Silver's gone past the pit lane and he's got no wing on my screen. Front wing.
He doesn't have a front wing, you're correct.
Yeah, I don't know why he boxed for it, because the car just is not firm at all.
It's a good old fight going ahead on, just ahead of him there. Maybe he's waiting in front of the safety car.
Maybe, who knows.
Or maybe he could be the driver to cause a safety car.
Jensen, like you have done with Druid in the earlier rounds.
I reckon I scared Druid away.
I don't know what happened to Druid. I don't know whether he's still win.
He's taking a break.
Say that.
Yeah. He's got some stuff going on, so he's taking a break. So.
That's up the stuff. I can't very soon.
Oh my god, Spoof has just literally licked the stamp and sends it down into turn 1. Oh, and there's contact, and that, I tell you what, that is a huge unfair advantage there.
He should be letting Mark 7 God through, and he is nicely done. That was deserved, but Mark 7 God
there's
gets
contact. Yeah, that was always happening. The way he took the approach to turn 6, that was turn 5. That was always going to be the outcome.
It was. Agreed.
I'm wondering, can I put you back in your swing now that you're much chilled than you were starting out of? Because I'm losing all feeling in my life.
You need to go do what you need to do, mate. Just go ahead.
I'm just wondering if he's going to kick off for me doing it. Give me a second.
Right, guys, I'll be there with you once again. And Zico is on board with these, but I will let you know of anything happening ahead of the only real close racing line is between Mason and 5-lap-old mediums, 11-17-lap-old softs, and softs are going to be screaming all that afternoon. They are not going to make it to the end, so MSF will box once more. Front guys will not box again unless they purely have to for like a late safety car. Radius, Mason and Zen. Right, I don't know whether we're going to see much more action, but Spoof is past Peter Silver, so Peter Silver, I believe, has still stayed out, and he's not boxed for only front wing. He's going to have Telmo for the measure soon as well, so it's doing well to keep it on track with no front wing. It's a little fight at points they can break anyway. 4 P5 as 1, 2, 3. The real drivers in Poland holds P5 position, and I believe one of them has just hit it. Ends up right, he's not lose. It's also all on the brink. He's absolutely be able to go every 10 laps, so I think Entered done a great job there. It's now just a 2-car battle. P5 and 2 Red Bulls. Now, Plume is just going to be saying this is just amazing. Also, probably has more battery. He does a lot more battery than Mason. Mason only got 5%. It's going to be Sam has got 56%. It's going to be Sam doing quite well here. He's not making a move on Mason's teammate. 2 Red Bulls overtaking in 1 lap, so he's got rid of those and now he's chasing down Villeneuve, who's on 16 more mediums, but he does have 20 seconds time to catch him soon. Fine, no more safety cars. I think P5 is the best of schools. Here we see them. Anything at the switch and that's 8 minutes ago. I mean, that's flying by really quickly now. That's to go, so I don't think much else is going to happen. Kai is 16 seconds ahead.
Yeah,
but they get 10 seconds ahead of Vintage. So
yeah, it seems very
spaced out once more.
Yeah, safety car would be lovely right now, guys. Who fancies giving us a safety car? What do you think? Let's ride on board with P2. Let's see if we can Zippo curse P2.
Oh, don't. I think if you do, I don't think you're going to have a very happy to get into this race. If you do a Zippo curse, I have no part in this. It's nothing to do with me.
Yeah, still worth it for the give and toe, right? We'll know boxes, 17 laps on those medium tyres into the box. Tina Silva comes out of the pits in P11 and a lap down. And about to be lapped by P2 as well.
Yep, Villeneuve stayed out on that broken front wing for longer than he should have. To the silver, but he was waiting for a safety car, but it's not come.
You can just imagine what's being screamed at the moment. Blue flags, blue flags.
He's pulling away, so
yeah, definitely is.
He's gonna get DRS.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's giving a DRS. This is how Page's case here.
So Martin got into the pitch. You've got Mason on the back of Villeneuve, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be another sub-20 victory for Kai, doesn't it?
He will be the champion.
Yeah, definitely.
He is the champion after this race because Brett's needs to be 26 points or less behind him coming into Swan. And coming into this race, she was 22 and she can only lose 8 points to him, which pull it to 30, so it's not enough. So I do think that this will certainly be Kai's championship winning race.
Yeah, and his promotion to tier 2, I thought.
I think he can quite happily be in tier 2. That's my opinion. I think he could be tier 2.
Yeah, I think he's tier 2. Comfortably
like 20 points as well.
Yeah, definitely. Probably not wins immediately, but I reckon at least minimum P8, P7 every week.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah, 18.4 seconds. It's going to be like 20 plus second win. And
yeah, it's kind of a sort of domination, isn't it, from Kai since he joined.
Yes. He did race yesterday. He did races earlier on, so it's not he's had a bit more practice than most of the guys on the field as well. They'll all go in each other's races tonight in this top box. We do apologise about running Spoof. Once again on the back of Mason on the 10-lap mediums as the Spoof's 10-lap tyres. So this should be the crossover now, really, between these two tyres. We do still have a battle on them, so that's and it is a battle nonetheless. So, we would like it to have been a bit more further up the field, but not much else is going on. I think Smooth will more than likely get past Mason because Sards will just start to have a little bit more grip in those mediums. Let's see what happens here because everything in this race is still a couple of laps to go. Guys, if he's about 10 seconds, well, about 20 seconds behind him, a little bit less, which is just insane when you think about it. It's up on his time, 272, which is bonkers to me. I think Spoof is past. Mason, into turn 1. Got him.
What was that? Sorry, Spoof and Mason, was it?
Kai's pitted.
Kai has pitted, yeah.
I think he should have just brought this home. He's going soft.
He's going for fastest lap. He hasn't got the fastest lap, and he wants the fastest lap.
Will he get out in front and forget?
Yeah, I would say just about comfortably.
The pit's not a very big pit lane. He's just
comfortably. I mean, drivers may take offence to that.
Some would. Some could say it's more a showboating thing.
Yeah. It'd be awful now if we lost it and where the tyres went up to scratch and put it into a wall or something.
Let's not jinx him. That's what I would have said. Why I'd have just stayed out. You've got what? 18 seconds.
He's trying to go for the full thing though, isn't he? Every lap led, but he hasn't had that because Mason led. Oh, we got some spins. That's Mark 7 God. Did he have contact with Tita Silva?
He might have.
In lap 33, going into lap 34 now. So yeah, he won't get a Grand Slam.
He won't get a Grand Slam, right? But he's already 2 seconds clear. This will be quite a big thing now of how much time he's going to be underneath that. His best at that. Because he's not a fastest lap at the moment.
It's just Komi-san.
It'll be interesting to see what that time.
MK7 got the tyres in the pit, so that's not going to be a safety car anyway, but.
No. It's sad to see a lot of people retiring in the pits this week.
Yeah, I mean. I don't like emotion sometimes. It irritates me.
You have that emotion sometimes when you want to retire in the pits, but you just got to keep going because anything can happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everybody else is on the short and will be scoring points.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of always on thing.
It shows you like when I used to race, you go 109.0. 9/10 quicker than just Komi-san.
Yeah.
I mean, when I raced last season at Monaco, I was 3 laps down at Monaco and still finished.
There you go.
I was in 13th, I didn't even get any points. I just wanted to finish the race. I hate Monaco, it's a disgusting track. And 6-second gap already.
Actually got my first ever league race win at Monaco.
I got a podium at Monaco, but I just hate the track.
I got my first ever league race win. Nice. And the next race I did then, we got second and I was held up for 20 minutes. because the guy wouldn't hit, and I couldn't get past him. Because he was going ultra defensive and could not get past him. So I managed to get second. I was closing in on first at the end, just didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
So I don't mind Monaco, you've just got to be so consistent there and not me. 100% brushing at Monaco isn't the best idea.
It's definitely not the best idea, but here goes Kai on the final lap of this race. Already 7.5 seconds clear of getting P2. We'll stay on board with him as he comes home to complete this last lap and potentially clinch the Drivers' Championship.
And Mark 7 Godhouse just put something into the chat stating it's hard to finish a race, spinning or getting hit with a race while I'm in points. It's a hard one to talk about. My point of view being the comms guys.
Hard to finish a race, just spin or getting hit every race while in points. No, I get what you're saying.
You get what we're saying.
I do completely understand and sympathise with you. When you're in the points and something happens to you, race after race through no fault of your own, it's demoralising. And this here as well.
I'm slowing down now. Slowing down on it. This is frustrating now. It really is. Obviously,
as Baguette comes home to take P2, Vintage will take the final podium position. Just Komi-san comes home to take P4. Maybe not actually. Villeneuve comes home to take 5th, but he may jump here. He does. Villeneuve takes 4th. Just Komi-san down into 5th place. Spoof will come home to take P6. Mason may jump Spoof. Yep. Mason takes 6th, Spoof 7th. Tilmo will take 8th. Who just gets another 3-second penalty as well, so that's going to put MZ into 8th place.
Yikes. MZ here, and that's it. Job done.
And Tita Silva finished off in P10.
Indeed. That is the week's race done, and Zeppo will now read out your final race without standings.
That alone is enough for disqualification. That awful emote. What is that? So there we go then guys, Kai wins the Brazilian Grand Prix and we think wraps up the Drivers' Championship here, Baguette in 2nd place and Vintage in 3rd, rounding up the podiums. Villeneuve in 4th place with just Komi-san in 5th, Mason with your driver of the day drive there in 6th place, Spoof in 7th with MZ in 8th, Tilmo was 9th, and rounding out your points there is T De Silva. We did lose Mark 7 God Artistic, Blobby Butler, Craigie and Carnage Achilles and Zippy on lap 1 and Carnage and Craigie on lap 4. That is it for this week. The penultimate rounds are over. We come back on Monday for round 12, the final round, tier 1 on Monday night 10 o'clock, championship already wrapped up, but we think the Constructors is still all to play for going into the final round with 8 points separating Alfa Romeo and Alpine. Going into tier 2 on Tuesday night is Feldman and Artistic. Tier 3 is Wednesday night at 10 o'clock with Solid Elite and Artistic. back to the academy on Thursday evening at 8 o'clock with myself, and then the season finale here in Tier 4 on Thursday night at 10 o'clock with myself and Chappers. So guys, that rounds up this week. Thanks everyone watching tonight, much appreciated. Congratulations to Kai on what we believe is your championship drive. And yeah, I mean, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. Thank you to Chappers for joining me on comms again tonight.
No problem, it's been fun.
But yeah, we will catch you again on the next one, which will be Monday night with myself and Luke. But for now, guys, stay safe, enjoy the rest of your week, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you on Monday. Good night, guys.
Bye, guys.